On this program, we talk about marriage, we talk about family life, we talk about our children, we talk about relationship, we talk about friendship, and so many other things. Like the family is the smallest unit in the society. And when the family is good, when daddy and mommy are happy and the children are happy, definitely the society will be good because they will go out with that same spirit and affect their society. My name is Bolade Bola. I'm here with a friend, our guest. She's been on this program once or twice. I want her to introduce herself. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, Ma. A very good afternoon to all our listeners at home. You are indeed welcome for today's program. And we promise that today's topic is going to be interesting, and every one of us, we are going to learn from today's topic. And I know you wouldn't want to miss out what we want to discuss today. So stay tuned and be blessed. I remain Abonorie Joy. Thanks.
Thank you very much for introducing yourself. And she's a mother, she's a wife, she has children, she is saddled with responsibility as a teacher and educationist, and also in the church. So let's be all ears as we discuss. I do tell you that this program is a school. Home Affairs is a school. So sit down and let's reason together, let's talk together. Our topic this afternoon is called family system. I'm sure you'll be wondering what is family system again. So, what do you understand by family system? Or what is family? What is system?
When we say family system, we must first of all pick it from the key words that structure that topic.
Okay.
Now, you want to ask, what is family?
Yeah.
And I want to believe that everybody knows what family is. And going by the definition we were given when we were still in primary school, then, our teachers will ask us, what is family? And everybody will chorus that family is a group of people who are related by blood. But gradually, the definition started changing because of the way it is. So they added that not only the people who are related by blood living together alone, but everybody that is connected in one way or the other into that family system.
Okay.
So, in other words, your servants, your mates, and whoever is occupying a particular house with you is definitely your family member.
Of your family.
Is a member of your family.
Okay.
So the members of your family are not only the people you are related with by blood alone.
That's a very good definition from an educationist. Now, bringing in that system.
Yes.
I think system should be a particular way of doing things.
Yes.
The way you do yours may be different from mine.
Yes.
So when you talk of a family system, that means from one house to the other, there is a way that we do our things. There's a way you do your things.
Yes.
For example, I know the Igbo people, that an Igbo person can have a room and a parlor. And so many people can stay in that house, up to 15, 20, and they see themselves as being the same. Now, that's talking about their own tradition. Now, when you talk about family system in some culture too, there is a way they do in their own culture, then I'm talking about things that can influence this family system that makes it different. For some, it is their family background, what they value in that family. This is the way we do our things. Daddy, they call it nucleus family. Daddy and mommy and the children. Such a family, if you want to go and visit them, you may have to write a letter and inform them on time that I'm coming. They will now give you time to come. But all together is all family, but with different system.
So in addition to that, I want to define it again, just to corroborate what you've just said. The family system is also the style of governance. That is, the way you govern your own family might be different from the way I govern mine.
That's true.
And that is why we are individuals in our own rights. So you must not try to compare, or you want to be like a particular family because we are different. So the family system is the style of governance a family runs, and how the various complex structures, that is the various people in that family, how they interact and how they live together to produce a particular result.
I like something you said now, that you don't compare. But supposing I come into your own house and I see something good that you're doing, I can imbibe it.
Oh,
For
yes.
example, I love dining table. I like what I love about dining table is that daddy is there, mommy is there, and the children round about the table. In fact, the Bible buttressed that point that your children will round about your table. But another thing I see about the dining table is that when you sit at night, you'll be able to observe daddy, you'll be able to observe the children that, how was your day? Mommy, how was your day? Children, how was your day? Then you'll be able to ask them, for example, let's say one of them is not really eating well. No, you observe and ask that child, are you all right? Do you feel good? Are you feeling sick? Maybe daddy too is not eating his food well, is picking his food. And you say, daddy, what happened? How was your day? So when you ask daddy, how was your day? You'll be able to express himself that, look, I got to work a bit late, maybe about 5 minutes, and my boss was not happy with me. He spoke to me somehow, and that dampened my spirit. I see the dining table as a place where the family come together, to share what they have experienced during the day. It's even a place where you can even pray together as a family. It's a place of sharing. It's a place of getting to know one another. So when you see something good in another family, it's something you can imbibe. Then another thing is that in the home, apart from in dining, when you come together as a family, maybe to pray in the morning or to share the scriptures or to do morning devotion, or women especially, when you interact with your children after school, you are able to silently pick some things your children are picking from school that is wrong. Another thing they do say is that mothers should take time to check their children's school bag.
Yes.
Check this, check that. It's part of family. We shouldn't leave this one to house help to be doing for us. Then you'll be able to maybe your child is pilfering. That does not make him a thief. He's just starting to do that. And you can cop that early.
Yes.
So families staying together, a lot of things are happening. Do you know, when I was in Lagos some times ago, at 10 p.m., you still see some parents going on with their children in the car, still putting on their uniform. As early as 5:30, 4 o'clock, you see a.m. When you come out, you see parents already with their children with uniform.
School uniform, yes.
Wow, that is another system.
Yes.
So what influences family system?
There are so many factors that can actually inform a particular family system. I will just pick one, and that is infusing the right values in a particular family. You were talking about values the other time, and when we talk about the value system of a particular family, it is the work of every parent. But it's so unfortunate that today that so many people, they've left that work into the hands of the teachers or even the church. But as a parent, you mentioned something the other time that when you see your child bringing something that is not his from school, you are supposed to correct that child. And when you correct that child, then you are trying to imbue in that child the right value system, that you must not take what doesn't belong to you. So it is a very good system that we are expected to build into the consciousness of our children.
Now, let me ask this question. At what point do you start a family?
Well, starting a family is not a day's journey. It actually starts from the courtship.
Okay.
From the courtship. Right from the courtship, when a young man and a young lady, they come together and they intend, to get married. There are so many things that you must learn to put in place before you get married. So many things. Number one, you need to talk about your finances. How are you going to run your family together? Is it going to be a single purse or an individual purse? That is also applicable in some families.
Yeah.
In some families, you see the woman having her own purse differently, the man too having a different one. But in another family, you see it as a joint account. They run the same account together. So that is the issue of family system. In your own family, the way you run your own may be different from mine. But the point there is, we must make sure that at the end of the day, we are able to have a quality family. A quality family. And when you have a quality family, you will be able to produce quality world. You have good individuals in our families today. So building a good family system starts from the right from courtship. The man, the woman, you must learn together, how to know God, how to follow God together. The two of you must grow together spiritually so that by the time you enter into marriage, you'll be able to leverage or build on that. Then at another point too, is something that I did when we just got married. And by the grace of God, when I got pregnant after our wedding, the one thing that my husband will always do is that he will always place his hands on my stomach, on the pregnancy, and he will start praying and prophesying into that pregnancy. And even myself, I will also lay my hands on my stomach and we'll pray, we'll declare into the fetus and even to the life of the unborn child. And I can assure you, a child whom you have, you have invested such when the child was still like a fetus. In fact, when the child grows up, the child will never misbehave, because right when he was still like a blood, there are some things that you have spoken, good things that you have spoken into the life and to the destiny of that child. So all those things, they start right from when you are starting your marriage, when God gives you the grace to you are pregnant and you are expectant parent, all those things, you start building them up.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, ma'am. I know a lot of people, especially this generation. Many of them don't want to get married because they see it more as a responsibility. They will start like you said, putting money down. That is what scares them because they themselves, they are not seeing themselves to be responsible. Family is about being it's about responsibility. Putting yourself down that I want to be responsible for this man, for this woman, and the children. I want to have it's something you have to desire first. I've had men say that it got to a point that I discovered that I needed help. Then I began to pray. What you don't desire, what you don't see, seeing ahead, what you don't see, you don't get. So for you to start a family, even as a woman, you must start practicing it from the house of your mother.
Yes.
A mother has a part in this. Your mother will say, okay, I'm going to the kitchen. You intentionally say, you are a girl, you follow me to the kitchen. And even these days, you can tell your son, follow me to the kitchen, teaching them from your own home. This is how to do this. This is how to do that. I used to talk to my children. They will say, Mom, why are you telling me all this? I know it's not for today, but for tomorrow.
Yes.
Because we find out that many of our children, they get into marriage. Some of them don't even know how to do that, do this, do that. Some of them, they say I can only boil water. I can make indomie, I can make, it's more than that. It does not rest on the shoulder of the woman alone. Neither does it rest upon the shoulder of the man alone. Yorùbá ní ọ̀tún wẹ̀ òsì, òsì wẹ̀ ọ̀tún, lọ́wọ́ fi mọ́. Yes. In fact, these days, at times it's even the woman that is a bit financially buoyant. But do you know what it takes to be in a home when the woman is financially buoyant more than the man? It takes more than take. I have it. No, it takes so. There's a way you will say take to your husband. He will look at you and say, hold your money, I don't need it. And there's a way you do it, and the man will say, he may not even see the money, but it is when he steps out, he feels that there's something in his pocket. And what he does is that he will pray for you that, oh, God bless this woman. God, I thank you for giving me my wife. So many salient things are embedded into the foundation of a home, of making a family. But it lies more on the shoulder of the woman. Yes, let's hear you.
To add to what you just said now, that the family on its own, the major responsibility actually rests on that woman. There is this just like a joke that people used to say. People used to say that the man is the head, whilst the woman is the neck. And if the neck is not there, the head cannot stay. It cannot stay. So most of the responsibilities or most of the things we are hammering here actually rest on the woman itself. And let me have this too. There is this particular woman in my office. She always say it often and often and often and often, you know, although in a joking way, and every one of us will laugh and will smile. And what is it? This woman, she, by the grace of God, she has 2 boys. She has 2 boys, but she will always say, Emi bayo, I'm teaching my boys now. So those of you who gave birth to girls, please train your children, train your children, because by the time my boys grow up and they want to get married, I don't want my boys to get married to indolent and lazy entities. I'm training them now. So those of you who have girls, please train your own, so that tomorrow we'll have a better families, we'll have better society together. So we'll joke about it and laugh, but I think there is a big sense in that.
Yes.
If I train my own children, you train your own children, and tomorrow they come together in one way or the other, we'll have a better society.
Thank you very much, Ma. Now, that is another point, training. What is training in the family?
Training, they are the intentional way of life that you build in the heart of every child. The way you want them to be. You know, they are still children. They don't know anything. But you as the parents, you know better than them. So you know what is expected of them as children.
Have you ever seen children playing drama, father, mommy, and when you watch them, you will know that they know.
Yes.
What do you think they don't know? They know it.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a girl putting sand inside a small thing and turning and say, I'm making food?
Yes.
She has been looking at mommy that this. Then even when they relate, when they're doing that drama, the way she will talk to that boy, they are not husband and wife, but she will
mimic
her mother.
Your mother, yes.
And the boy.
Yes.
So this training that we are talking about, it starts from us, we parents. You know what stays with children? What they see. You cannot, when you talk of a family, you cannot say something and do something different. You will confuse those children. In fact, some children are so good, they say, Mommy, what you are saying is different from what you do. Daddy, this is what you are saying. They will say it. So, what are we talking about? We ourselves, we must carry ourselves in a way that we discipline ourselves. We must carry ourselves in a way that as if these children are they are looking at us. We are their role, that is the word. We must be a role model to our children, either boy or girl. Of recent, somebody said, don't ask God for a boy or a girl. Which is very, very, very important. Another thing in training, some of us are very stingy. Either stingy mommy or stingy daddy. These children will learn.
Yes.
When you are stingy to them, before you know, they'll be stingy to you when they grow up. So all these things, whatever, in fact, we must live our life intentionally that we are training them. Like we said earlier, we don't have to leave these things. For some of the things, when we leave these things to the teachers, we are cheating ourselves. Because I've seen and I've had students, when they grow up, they go look for their teacher and say, it is my teacher that did this. It is my teacher that. Thank God for teachers. Thank God for teachers for what you are doing. But we, as parents, we are the first role models of our children.
And the first teachers.
So training, you must intentionally, like you said, you must intentionally do things so that, you know, they will see you doing it and they do it well. You know, and some of them will ask questions. Mommy, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Then you explain. Many of us will dodge questions, maybe because we don't know.
So to add to what you've just said about training, training is very, very essential. If you don't train your child, nobody will train him for you. Nobody will train her for you. So you must have that time to train that child. Sometimes ago, I came across a particular post on social media. And when I read it, I started that write-up on my WhatsApp. And in that WhatsApp, the writer said, it is from the home that moral values and moral behaviors are learned from. He said it is from the family, from the home, that a child will know how to say good morning. It is also from the home, from that family, that a child will also learn how to say, I'm sorry, when he or she misbehaves.
Or thank you.
Or thank you, you know. And it is also from the home too. The child will learn to be honest and to be truthful in every situation he or she finds herself. It is also from the home that a child will learn how to respect people. You know, when we're growing up, our parents will tell us, "Ipe tẹ́ ẹ bá rí àgbàlagbà tó gbé ẹrù dání," you as a child, and that aged is going towards your direction, you are supposed to do what? Collect that load or that
And help them
luggage
to
from
carry.
her to help them to carry. But today, what do we see? We discover that most children today, that value is no longer there. So we must teach our children. You know, in fact, even helping an aged person to carry something,
It's a blessing.
it's a blessing. That prayer that aged person will say into your life goes a very long way, you know, to help your life. What about hygiene? It is also from the family that a child will learn how to take care of herself and also how to take care of the house and everything. So it is also from the family too that a child will also know, you know, how to help her parents do things, how to help her. Mommy, do you want to cook this? Mommy, do you want to wash this? Mommy, do you want to do this? And from there, the child will learn how to
You know
help
this
the
saying
parents.
in the scripture says, train up a child in the way he should go.
To
When he's old,
will
when
not
he's old,
depart from
when
it.
you train your child,
Mm.
you know, there's a time in your life that you sit down and put your leg up,
Mm.
and that child is doing everything. She
Mm.
knows what to do from when she wakes up and when till she puts her head down to sleep. And when that child says, "Mommy, I've seen somebody who wants to marry me," you are not afraid. All you want to do, we can just gloss over what you have told her, then you pray.
Yes.
For that child. Now, I want to ask you a question. How about parents who are absent? They are parents, but they are absent. They live in the house, but they don't even know what is happening. Some will say it's because of the economy of the country.
Yes.
Some is that because there's a conflict between the husband and the wife, and they allow the children to just grow on their own. You know, and that is why in the society we have a lot of dysfunctioning family. Children from such homes are believed not to do well. So for parents who are not there, what is your take on that?
Well, as an educationist,
Yes,
I've been in this profession for so many years and I've seen a lot. Now, do you know that there are some parents, even right from primary school, some parents, they drop their children into the boarding house system, right from primary school. You know, I always imagine it and I think that, how can you put your child into the boarding school right from primary school, throughout our secondary school, and eventually the university? Now, what time do you now think that you want to do what? You want to train this child? When throughout our primary school, she's in the boarding system, throughout our secondary school, she's in the boarding system, and even throughout university. And, you know, after university, the next thing is the child start living alone.
Yeah, it's not coming back
so
home.
When do you want to have that cordial
There's
relationship, no bond, you know, between you and that child? Though you said it the other time, probably because of the economic system, the father has to work, the mother has to work, you know, all those things. But I think that there should be a way out so that these children that we see today, you know, if you fail to sow the right seed today, know that tomorrow you will reap the wrong seed.
Do you know that we are fond of giving excuses for things that are wrong? For example, I didn't live in UK, but I have people who live there. Let me use the word crime to leave underage children in the house and go to work. Though we Nigerians, we know how to do this thing. But I was made to understand that somebody will have to stay in the home with the children, either the wife or the husband. They don't leave the children all alone to themselves. Yes, we can also give an excuse that the situation of life over there is okay. They have everything that makes life to be good. But life is about planning. Like we said, you have to plan your family. For example, your career. When a woman is a banker, her work takes her out there every time. What is the man doing? Can he understand? Can they swap responsibility? For example, I have a friend who we worked together so many years ago, and when he was getting married, he told me that he wanted to marry a teacher. Reasons that he wants a woman who will be home to take care of the children. And he actually married a teacher. And after marrying, he told the woman that, please, from school to home, so I take care, don't do anything extra. And he was giving her allowance. He bought her a car. So after some years, you know, when the children had grown up and they were now in university, the woman now told the husband that she wants to go into business. The man was annoyed. No, that was not the plan for the beginning. I told you I wanted a teacher, but he did something. Ask him, what did he do? He prayed. He went to God. He went to God in prayers. He told me himself that he prayed to God that what this woman wants to do can destroy this family. And after talking and pouring his heart out to God, the Lord told him that, look, now these children are grown up. You have your own business. You can afford to leave the house 9 o'clock. You can even afford not even go to the office. Why don't you allow? If you look at this man's family, this is what they do in her home, in her family. They are business people. Allow her to do business, and that was it. The Lord calmed him down. Why? He was able to pray and hear God. What are those things that we need in the family that can make a family to be strong? Not even a praying woman alone, a praying family. A family that prays together, they stay together.
Yes.
Because at times you have conflict, you have problems that it's very hard to unravel. But when you pray in unity, and believe God, that thing will be resolved. We have come to the end of this program now because of our time. What is your parting word for family for this year, for us to move to the next level? Everybody prays. You have, in those days to talk about New Year resolution. I don't know if they do that now, but no matter the resolution you are making, prayer you are hearing us and things are not auguring well in your family. I'm telling you, God can give you a new beginning that will elevate you to the next level. What's your parting word?
Okay. I want to say that every child is a product of a family. So the family is just like a factory.
Yes.
Where you produce materials or you produce any product. So it depends on the virtues and the upbringing that you give to your children that they will grow up with. So as parents, please, let's institute a sound family system in our families. Let us institute the right value systems into our children. When we are able to do that, the good or the change that we desire in our nation today, then we will definitely have it.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Akponore. We'll be back here next week. I'm the host. My name is Bolade Bola. And if you want to ask any question, please call this number 081-6833-7144. Any question about family counseling, or you are going through any tough time, you need somebody to talk to, please call that number 081-6833-7144. God bless you.
God bless you.